You know, I didn't realize I was already on here, but listen, please take a minute out and listen to what I have to say about this Selah word for this week. And I'm so glad that you clicked on this because it's going to help you. If you really, really will listen to the Spirit of the Lord and not thinking that Sandy's trying to tell you what to do or that Sandy's got all the answers. I'm telling you right now, I too have to walk these things out if He gives me these words. And so I want to share this focus. I know I'm talking to somebody. This past Sunday, I had the opportunity to go to my bro in the spirit, in the ministry. He is so powerful. So I'm putting it out there, Apostle. His name is Apostle Johnny Gentry the Third. He is some kind of powerful apostle. Had some other leaders and we went over there to visit him on Sunday. And I really was blessed. His message this week is called Greater. If you get an opportunity to go by the church, the apostle is really packing power. And his address over there, the ministry is called Free Indeed. And truly, he is moving in the spirit of keeping the people free. And this man is just off the chain. I love him. He's truly doing apostolic prophetic reformation in this hour. So you want to go and visit him if you're in transition and looking for a church really moving in true divine apostolic movement. You want to go there. Yeah, I believe the address is 7100 Homestead, and it's free indeed. And his name is Apostle Johnny Gentry the Third. He talked about greater. I'm gonna plug a couple things in here. I was waiting on him to give me the link for you all to listen to some of the message. But if you go by there, he's doing a series that's called Greater. And see, the word for the day, for this week, is called focus. See, focus and greater is very, very important because many of us can't get what we need to get because we lose focus. And we lose focus from the greater because we can't dig wells of greatness because we're too busy looking back over our past trauma, over our past hell, over our past disappointments. And so what we do is we focus on what the devil is saying and doing. I want to slow this train down for you to look at what he's talking about. He's talking about the capability to open up your spirit so that you can be charged from the ordinary way, to learn a new walk, a new talk, so you can begin to see how you can decide how to be obedient so you can have the things of God, so you can do them, be in the way of God. He talked about digging ditches so God will be able to send the rain. He talked about how can you expect God to send or do anything and you ain't doing nothing. There's something you need to do for expectation. You need to shake off things that's holding you back. You need to look at what you need to be doing so you can dig a well out of Sunday so that he can fill it with the waters for great fruitful grounds to be conducted in this land. He also talked about, he pricked my spirit, which was so important that I thought, he talked about the law of magnetism. People need to recognize that in order for us to be able to get into our divine destiny, we need to be drawn to the greater. We need to be looking at people who are looking at things that are greater, who are doing things that are greater. And the other part that really made me recognize that we need to be looking at ourselves in this realm of where are we being mediocre at, and why we can't be magnetized into this greatness with people who have the oil in their life to help our babies grow and go. It is because many of us are still in this traumatic phase. We're still grieving about old relationships that we had to let go. We're still emotionally traumatized about situations, whether it's our finances, whether it's relationships, whether it's marriage issues, or whether it's church note matters, or people in the flock that's giving you trouble, or church splits. We need to look at the fact that the enemy is trying to hold us in this traumatic emotional realm that we cannot go forward. I'm trying to slow it down. But guess what? I'm not going to stay on here. But I want to give you some nuggets, and I want you to think about what I'm saying here today, because we lose focus. Please go check the Brother Church out, and I want to share this thought for today in regards to focus. Every day, there's always seems to be something that we come to realize in our lives that is cluttered, that is too many things in our way, that causes us to lose what we need to be focusing on. Like, our expectations of the challenges that we're going through. And even though we can rearrange our day in all the areas, we still feel this place that we seem to be so anxious or irritable. We seem to not to be able to get where we need to go. Why? Because this causes us to be in this lack of focus mode, which means that we can lead ourselves in becoming too frustrated. We lose the light of hope. This means that there's nothing that's drawing us, like he talked where there's nothing that's drawing us into greater. I know if we don't seem to be organized on the outside, it's time that we take a good look on the inside. That means emotionally. And though we investigate our own shortcomings or the things that we're doing, we need to do something about them. And this will release us from this burden of trying to fix everything overnight or trying to do everything, in somebody else's eyes or somebody else's vision. We need to see what God is showing us to do and do only that God is showing you to do. Not try to please or be like somebody, not try to hold on to something God is trying to tell you to cut off so you can grow and G-O. See, life is a daily process of solving these problems. It's a process that we must all learn to deal with. See, and if we are going to hold on to this past crazy stuff, these past weak relationships that are not impregnating you, that is not thrusting you, that's not keeping your focus, you lose your serenity. You lose your ability to do what he's talking about, that's to become greater. We must therefore look in our way and see the things that are important in our daily lives and our ministry. We need to attempt to deal with those things that are hindering us from the greater. And if we can't remind ourselves, or those people that are around us, that it's okay to make a mistake, but it's not just staying in that mistake, it's getting up to do greater. It's getting up from the foul and say, yeah, I failed, yeah, I made a mistake, and I got to get my focus back. I got to make sure that I get my groove in the Holy Ghost back. I got to show the devil that it just ain't going to work. You're not going to hold me back. And so just for today, you need to go and you also think about as you're praying, get this book, because many of us have lost focus because of pain. One of the things that I see about focus, I love how Mike Murdoch put it. He said, the only reason men fail is because of broken focus. And that is so true. Our focus, once it's broken, we can't seem to get back on track. All we can do is meditate on that hell, meditate on that distraction, meditate on that betrayal, meditate on that hurt. We got to look at what God is saying and what God is trying to do. Some things he's got to cut off. It's going to hurt. Some things we got to transition out of. And and one of the greatest things that we can do, I want you to get the book it's called A Debate of Satan. And it's by John Bevere. One of the greatest things the enemy uses is the spirit of betrayal and the spirit, of the bait of this area that he causes us to just be so offended. We got to look at the spirit of offense. That's the one that's holding us back. When we get the offense and don't be long-suffering and forgiving, that's why you lose focus, because you're so busy on trying to see how you can pay them back, or you got your mouths on them. You want to hurt them back. But I'm telling you right now, you're losing focus. It's about love. It's about unity. It's about forgiveness and long suffering. You got to look at that fruit and see where you're weak at, because you're going to lose focus. I know I'm talking to somebody. And so just for today, you want to say regarding the word for the week, focus. You want to say, Lord, come on, say that to me. Lord, I will meet my needs according to your purpose that you've given me. Not my expectations, but yours, Lord. Yes, Lord. I want to do what you want. I want to have my focus on what you want, Lord. And like Apostle John Gentry said, I want to dig greater. I want to go deeper. Do you really want to be deeper? And do you really want to get greater? It's up to you. And so then I want to leave these nuggets that I thought was really timely what Mike Murdoch said about how to protect your focus. The first thing you got to recognize these things that will destroy your dreams, these distractions, the things that come in the way. You got to look at your personal responsibility. That means you got to be a gatekeeper over your own eyes, your ears, and your heart, and your condition of where you at. And then he said you got to control the music and the teaching that enters in your ear. That means get under some blood-bought, anointed, apostolic, prophetic leadership that's thrusting you into getting that baby to get up and grow and not just sit there, but you got to grow and G-O. And then the other thing is you got to keep continuous praise on your lips and and music throughout your house, and you can worship God, and that you can praise God, and that you can spend time with God, that you can hear God, and most importantly, when you're hearing, you obey God. And then the next thing, you got to starve wrong relationships. This is very, very important. Some people don't even know what a covenant relationship is. Some people don't even know what friendship is because they've been betrayed and cheated on and hurt so bad and mistreated and used and abused to the point that they've been pimped out, that they want to pimp you because they're looking to see if you're going to do them like somebody else did them. So now they're going to put you in that realm, and guess what? Now you need to see if this is really a true God covenant type relationship. So you got to start wrong relationships and bring people around you who can, like I said, who can nurture your baby, who can thrust you into, like he was talking about, and that is to the greater. And then the sixth thing is Mike talked about pursuing and permit only those relationships that increase your focus on that assignment God has called you to. Well, I try to keep this 10 minutes. And if you put those people around you, if you really do a great assessment on what God is saying, and you listen to the conversation that these people are saying to you to see if they're helping your baby kick and not oppressing you and not talking your back down and not trying to keep you back, I guarantee that you won't lose focus. Remember what I told you? It's all about what? Looking to see in the spirit. What in the world is causing me to break focus? What's keeping me from doing the greater? And then God will say, I want you to look at this because you're not growing. God bless you. I pray that your focus will change today from this word. And please forward it on. Have a good week. God bless you.